You are now tuned into the Duke Boi Show, and I'm your host, Duke Boi. Got a special guest for y'all tonight. Goes by the name of Michael Scott. He's going to drop some jewels on y'all tonight about how you can get your state, if it currently does not have legalized marijuana for medical purposes or for personal use. And he's going to drop some jewels about that process. And without further ado, Michael Scott.
Stay focused. Don't let them take you off track. Just keep running them laps. Stay focused. Don't get distracted by them crooks. Just keep your head in them books. Stay focused. Don't get caught up on them roads. Just keep chasing your goals. Stay focused. Look.
Yes. Getting into the marijuana industry. You can do it. Any state can do it. You just have to petition the state, and everybody, you write it up and you petition the state. Get everybody to sign this petition. I think you have to get over 50,000 signatures, 50 to 75,000 signatures. And you take it up to the legislators in your state. And they have to consider it and put it on the ballot as a vote. But one thing with that, they will put it on the ballot of a vote, but you have to watch the newspapers and the media and the courthouse, because they'll place it in those type of places. Because they ain't going to really tell you, because especially if they don't want it in that state. But they have to consider it as a vote for the people to vote on it. Now, with that being said, once you do that and they consider it as a vote and you win the vote, you want to start off with it as medical. Once you start off with it as medical, people have to get their medical cards and all that. You know, like with any business, you write down all the things and all the things that you have to qualify in order to get your medical license. Once that comes to a vote, excuse me, y'all. Once that comes to a vote and it starts, now you're gonna have to need your own land to grow. You just can't be written to grow your marijuana. Unless you have a medical card and you can only grow up to so many plants because it's medical. This is for your medical purposes. Once you do that, you know, it takes, here in Oklahoma, to get your medical license to grow medical marijuana, it takes a little bit of change to do it. Once you got your land and everything, it'll take about a good $7,000 to $10,000 to get your license to grow, and then you get to sell to the dispensaries. Once that happens, and the state is going to take taxes and all that. The state going to take the taxes. It's state tax. It's not federal funded. Once you get the state tax and everything, you get the state tax, take your state taxes out, then you'll start making money within a year or 2 years, like with any other business. You'll start seeing a lot more money because you have to put back into your business like any other business. Man, it's the best thing ever. It's the best ever. Everybody dreamed of selling drugs for a living. Everybody that sold drugs back in the day had a dream of selling drugs legally. Everybody had that. And you can do it if you just go through the proper channels of getting it done. And just keep sending those signatures in. Get your signature signed. Keep sending your signatures in. Let it take it to the vote. Once it goes to the vote, goes for a vote, the majority win. We are the people. We the people of the United States. So they have to consider it to put it on the polls as a vote. If you want things to change, go up there, sign petitions on different things that you want. And they have to take it to where you vote, y'all. You know? You have to start it. You know, you got to make that movement. You got to have that movement. And you can't be scared to make that movement. Make that movement. Get a movement behind you. Get the people behind you and take it up there to them people, man. And get that vote started. Once you get that vote started, man, you know, they gotta take it in to vote. And you go down there like the city hall or whatever, because they're gonna post when they're gonna put it on the ballot for it to be voted on. And once you get you also can get the news involved in it and everything. Get the news involved, get everything you gotta do to get it involved, man. And get it done, man. And it's a good investment for the long run, and you can feed your family like forever on it. You know? Holla at your boy. You need any more information? Anything that y'all need, man, hit me up. Michael Scott on Facebook.
That was Michael Scott, y'all. And it is my hope that y'all obtained, you know, some jewels and about the legalization process with regard to marijuana. As sadly so, there is still a couple of states that's not allowing people to use marijuana for personal use and for medical purposes. And so, you know, like the man said, you have to really get your congressman, you know, involved with that process. You have to get the people to petitioning, signing petitions. You know, it's a process that has to be done. And so I understand what the brother is saying and what he's talking about. And, you know, I remember talking to a guy just here recently about his, you know, practice of, you know, selling marijuana out of the dispensary. And you know, he was telling me that the federal laws still are against it. He has to move money around, you know, in his van, you know what I mean? And he has to travel from state to state. And, you know, I'm not sure yet if he's found a bank yet that's willing to accept, you know, the loads of cash that he has to travel around with or not. But, you know, the federal laws, they still outlaw it, you know, and that's the thing. That's the trick about having a federal and a state, you know, being up under both jurisdictions at the same time. You know, it's like they call it dual sovereignty or dual jurisdiction or dual citizenship. And that's what we fall up under, dual citizenship. And, you know, we have to abide by both laws, federal, state, local laws as well. But that's the thing, you know, we have to try to figure out, you know, how these, because it's proven that medical marijuana, it helps with, you know, multiple disorders, you know, just being able to help people to cope, you know, with life and situations, you know what I mean? And anything that grows out of the earth, you know, you have to think about it. The Creator, he didn't make any mistakes. You know, he knows everything that grows out of the ground. He created it. So there is a use, you know, for marijuana. And anybody with any sense will draw that conclusion that marijuana, you know, is helpful, you know, just like any other herb. You know, grass or whatever that grows out of the earth, you know. Now, only thing that I may question is maybe we may not be using it the right way. Maybe we may not be using it in a way where it actually benefits us the way that the Creator intended it us to benefit. Like, you know, greens that come out of the ground, green beans, all kind of beans. Vegetables, fruit, you know, that comes out of the ground, and it gives our body nourishment. It helps us to grow, you know, mature. to stay healthy and strong. So, yeah, of course, I'm with it. Marijuana, medical marijuana, whatever you want to call it. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But this concludes the Duke Boi Show. I'm your host, Duke Boi. Tap that subscribe button, and we're going to keep this thing rolling. Peace.